Sports Extra.
Welcome to Saturday Sports Extra. Four area wrestlers vied for state titles in Champaign. SIU football players debuted their dance moves, and it was a pink out at SIU Arena today. But we tipped things off with Saluki men's basketball and their bracket buster matchup with Western Michigan. Anthony Booker sitting out with a 104-degree temperature and the flu. And story of this game early, Carlton Fay nails the triple here for a 19-10 lead. He scored 12 of the Salukis' first 19 points, but the Broncos trying to keep it close. Alex Wolf answering with a tray of his own. Western Michigan within two, but Fay, the junior forward, was red hot. Couldn't miss in the first half. Another three ball to push the lead to 24-19. And then later in the half, Justin Bocott, the defensive board, and going to take it coast to coast, the acrobatic move for an 11-point Dogs lead. And as we mentioned, Fay doing his thing in the first half. Everything was falling. Here, the hoop and the harm. He had 22 at the half, a career high 38 for the game. And then just before halftime, Kevin Dillard, the runner, as the Salukis were up 15 at the break. Now let's take it to second half action then. Kendall Brown Searles, the drive, 61-43 at 12 after in the second for the game, and after Western cut it to 9, the Salukis slapped a press on John Freeman, the steal and finish. The story of this game, though, Fay later in the half, the bucket and the foul, even lost a shoe in the process, but he led the Salukis big time today to a big 89-72 win.
When I caught the ball today, I felt like I was in rhythm. You know, Kevin, Kendall, all them guys, they were able to find me. I was in rhythm. I was able to, pump fake, 1 or 2 dribbles and get to the rim, and, pump fake again, get the guy in the air, and, just something that I need to do more often. I kind of got away from it. I was doing it more at the beginning of the season, and hopefully I can do it more often for the rest of the year.
So to recap from the arena, Carlton Fay pours in a career-high 38 points as the Dogs grab a 15-point lead at the half and coast to a bracket buster win over Western Michigan, 89-72. SIU shoots more than 61% from the field. And Bruce Weber facing his former assistant today, and Matt Painter just before the half in this game. Tied at 32, Dimitri McCamey going to find Brandon Paul wide open for 3 in the corner. Illini were up 3 at the break, but second half, Purdue down 46-45. The swing pass to Etwan Moore, 1 of 3 straight triples for Purdue. They grab a 2-point lead, and McCamey later going to find Mike Davis for the jam. Breaks a 54 all-tie. And just over 3 minutes to play, Purdue up 1 more. The spin move and the J as the Boilermakers seal it late, 75-65. And in the SEC top 20 matchup between second-ranked Kentucky and 19th-ranked Vanderbilt, second half tied at 49. Patrick Patterson drills from the corner. Kentucky up 52-49, but under 20 seconds to go. Vandy down 4. Jermaine Beal going to find John Jenkins from the corner. He knocks down the 3. Commodores within 1, and with 2.5 seconds to go, Vandy a chance to tie or win, but A.J. Ogilvy's runner no good as Kentucky going to survive 58-56. Well, meanwhile, February is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and the Saluki women and fans showed their support today at the team's annual Pink Out at SIU Arena. Illinois State and the Lady Dogs tipping off after the men's game. Let's take you to first half action. Stephanie Neptune, this rebound and sweet putback here. The Salukis were still down 8, though. And then Illinois State's Maggie Crick getting hot from downtown for the 3, pushes the lead back to double digits for the Redbirds. But Christine Presswood had a big day for Southern. Here, 3 of her 23 points on the afternoon. And Ashley Bracey led all scorers with 26 as Illinois State led 49-29 at the half, and they go on to win big 80-63. Well, also in action today, Saluki baseball trying to rebound from their season opening loss to Arkansas State. Today, the Dogs dropped their second game to the Red Wolves 5-3. And after a Saluki softball sweep at day 1 at the Phyllis Raptor Memorial Tournament, Lady Dogs shut out Kennesaw 4-zip, and in the second game, down Mercer 3-1. Well, some other basketball scores for you. JUCO women, the SIC women down Lakeland in OT. Meanwhile, the Logan women get whipped by Lincoln Trail. JUCO men, the Logan men stay undefeated in conference play with a 74-65 win over Lincoln Trail. Southeastern men by 4 over Lakeland tonight. And to high school hoops, from tonight. Carroll big over Lovejoy 80-57. Meanwhile, it was Waltonville 66, Century 61. And from the South 7, Carbondale by 9 over Mater Dei. Mount Vernon, meanwhile, a huge winner over Decatur Eisenhower. Well, Carleton Fay wasn't the only guy with a career day. 4 area wrestlers looking to bring home a state wrestling title in Champaign. And after this morning's championship semis, Carbondale's Zane Richards, the lone wrestler keeping the dream alive, he loses in tonight's 125-pound final in a 5-1 decision to finish second. But Richards, the highest finisher from Southern Illinois for 2A. Meanwhile, in 1A, Murfreesboro's Jake Miller fell in this morning's semis, but battled back for a shot at third this afternoon. Miller wins by fall, and Benton's Aaron Robinson also competing in today's third-place match after falling in this morning's championship semi. He also wins by fall.
I really got to work hard on being able to get to my attacks. I need to really work on just not shutting down like I did in the finals. I didn't wrestle my style. He kind of took me on my game. And I need to figure out a way, no matter who I got, no matter what his style is, I got to get to my attacks, start winning matches that way.
Well, other results from today from Champaign: Carbondale's Prentice Thomas and Mount Vernon's wrestle back to take third in their weight divisions for 2A. And Benton's Aaron Robinson going to join Murfreesboro's Jake Miller as third-place finishers in the 1A ranks. Well, Heron's Marshall Anderson lost in this morning's championship semis as well. And for the second straight weekend, racing fans turning their attention to the nationwide series in Danica Patrick. The number 7 car crashed in her debut at Daytona. Today, she said her goal was to finish the race, which she accomplished with a 31st place showing. Meanwhile, Joey Logano leading most of this race, but it was Kyle Busch taking the checkered flag in a close finish. And while the Saluki basketball game itself was highly entertaining, it was a different team stealing the spotlight, at least for the halftime festivities. You're watching a select group of SIU football players break it down with the Saluki Shakers today. They weren't always on beat, but mostly they had the crowd of 4,100 people on their feet. It's become an annual tradition for Dog football players to make a cameo at halftime once a season. And good stuff. A possible second career for some of these guys on So You Think You Can Dance. In the meantime, that will do it for our show tonight. Here's another look at Saluki football shaking their thing. Good night.